Alright, what is going on, guys? Bubbles back again, coming at you with this showcase on the one testicle Adolf, you know what I'm saying? And let's just get right into it. Tukiya Michi, yeah, Michi go. Yeah, let's go. So he is a no affiliation unit. He has hollow and no affiliation killer, which is really good because you have 2 PvE killers. My only issue with this character is really that he just didn't get increased status, ailment chance. But aside from that, honestly, it's not like they really left him with nothing. He still has such a great kit. Let's just get right into the skills. I have everything pulled up here. Just in utility alone, we have a total of 8 skills, and that's not even taking into account that unique gauge that he has going on over here. So we have Sprinter +2 long stride, so he's going to be able to maneuver relatively easily. Complete status immunity, which is really nice for content like IT. Team party mind attribute strong attack recharge 20% between waves, between rooms. Really nice. Debilitator +5 seconds for his weaken. I wish he had drain or something else that was kind of busted. Unfortunately, he only got weaken, which is still a really good status element. Probably the best status element in my opinion, just because of the amount of damage it lets you do, and it also protects you quite a bit. He has poise, and then he obviously has Havoc 20%, given he's an end of the year banner and a unit with Frenzy. And Marauder, which is guard break as well as nullify melee resistance, so extreme co-op is fear is not a factor for him, right? Next we have Berserker 40% along with Frenzy +2. He does, under his unique gauge, have specific mechanics that just help him deal more damage, which I'll get to in a second. So then for his Soul Bomb alone, we have weakened defense built into his kit along with Devastation 60%. I'll be real with you, unless you're running characters in epic grades, weakened defense isn't really going to be a skill that you use. Personally, I think if a character is 1 out of 5, they perform a lot better with focus full stamina damage boost if you can keep your full stam. If not, I still think focus is like necessary because it brings you over that 1000 threshold. For those that are new to the game, focus is based on a percentage. So this 779 focus is the equivalent of 77.9% crit rate. So once you get 1000 crit rate, you're getting 100% critical rate, but critical damage is usually 20%, and every single point over 1000 focus is also the equivalent of translating the excess of the 100% critical rate into critical damage, which is why a level 3 focus slot is still good even if you have like 2000 3000 focus, just because you do get access to more critical damage through that, but it will not scale as good as SP. So once you can hit 1000 focus, you're better off just putting all your points into spiritual pressure at that point. Okay, so yeah, next going into the actual skills, let's pull up his thing here. The gauge that he has goes by kills. It's pretty much Rampage, except instead of getting 2% damage per, is it 2% damage? Instead of getting like 1% or 2% damage per kill, this character is going to be starting to ramp up special skills. So at 20 kills, this character actually picks up melee damage plus 20%, which is just straight up damage for him when it comes to, keep in mind, melee damage does not mean normal attack damage. It just straight up means the damage that you deal that is classified as melee as opposed to range, which is all of his attacks, including the homing vortex. Even though it is a range skill, quote unquote, or appears to be a range skill, it's classified as melee. Why they do that, I have no idea. It is what it is. At 40 kills, he gets Berserker 40%. I do not know if this Berserker 40% is the same as his normal Berserker. It's really wonky, I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna test this out just because I want to see if it gets multiplied into itself or if it gets added. And then Devastation 60% at 60 kills. If you're struggling to remember what buff you get as you get kills, as long as you can remember melee damage 20%, that's 20 kills. Berserker 40%, 40 kills. Devastation 60%, 60 kills. So it's relatively easy to remember, even though it can be a lot to take in if the skill gets given to more people. And he actually picks up an entire Soul Bomb at 80 kills, which I think is kind of crazy. I don't really see him having much trouble at all. Next, we do have here full stamina only increased strong attack damage. Keep in mind that that is simply from the link. I'm not gonna lie, I'm really liking these links that people are getting resurrected into. I think that they're incredibly useful. So it's gonna be the build that we use. We're gonna be using obviously the fortification pill, Katakara and Alpha. We are gonna use Hikone and Tensa as well as Aizen. With this build, we have a ton of spiritual pressure. Let me see if it's the same build as I have him outside. Yeah, it's gonna be the same build that I have him outside. So we are just gonna test this out. I'm just gonna start it. If he leaves, I don't care. I just need somebody to join, right? Oh, someone brought the Akaku. I'm sad. I didn't want to disconnect you. Either way, so let's just get right into it. Alright, so with white here, I'm not gonna lie, it's gonna be kind of fun. 750, 960 into that. We are immune to status ailments. I tend to forget just because I always want to play it kind of safe. I will say that the second strong attack, even though it does have a big AoE, it's very deceptive on the AoE. Like, I'm pretty sure that this hits 750. Better hit that full screen. Boom, boom. Now our special move damage should be going up 60%. I'm gonna be calculating in that 60% gauge or rampage thing that he has going on. Just because I really do feel like that's a big part of this character's kit. I think we can actually get into the extra soul bomb right here. Pop, pop. And we get our soul bomb back is upon the 80 kills, which is really good. That's nice. Once you hit the 80, you hit max gauge on his little rampage meter at the bottom. Should be able to pop it here. With the devastation plus 120%, even though we don't get bombardment, you're still getting crazy amounts of damage. I'm hoping that the damage that we deal here is enough to push quite a bit. Nice, we were able to spawn the second wave. I don't know if that's the end. Oh, that is the end. And boom, that's pretty much it. Dude, he is smooth as hell. To be fair, I also have a white over here helping me out, so this is gonna go a lot smoother than the showcase with the Ichigo. But I will say this, like that 960 into homing vortex, proccing your spiritual pressure boost is like, it's actually disgustingly easy. And this character has quite a few things going on for himself, right? With the whole berserker extra stuff. And yeah, so let's just take him into IT single player and let's fool around there for a little bit. But I do plan to test out all the damage in IZ because IZ is going to be a lot easier to test. And I think that there's hollows. I don't really remember. Let's do this. It's full boosters. Pun with his 5-5 Bambietta, bro. I don't know how you be getting everything 5-5, bro. That's ball. All right, so let's check this out. Yeah, let me. I'm gonna concentrate on the gauge stuff in the next run. 960. I do like that animation to it, and I like the blue aesthetic for sure. It's funny because this, like, the arrows that are coming down are very, very reminiscent to. Are very, very reminiscent to Uryu's third strong attack, which I think is still a very, very wonky. No! Oh, okay, good, I got it. I was about to say, I'm like, hold up, I was trying to grab that. Boom, boom, get the soul bomb back. I'm not gonna lie, that extra soul bomb is kind of nutty. We did pick it up towards the end of the run in single player, but you saw how quickly we got it in Ultra IT Co-op. I'll be interested to see how he uses it in Extreme Co-op, but it's not really his color. He'd probably do fine there, low key, but I'm trying to figure that out by messing up someone's run in case he's not. Alright, so he has Hollow and No Affiliation Killer. Soul Reapers and Hollows. Excellent. Okay, so we will be able to test that out. And I can use tickets? Hell yeah. Okay. I'm not gonna lie, I'm trying to figure out how to what the best way to properly test this is. Because we need to get our Berserker 20%. No, excuse me. We have to get the melee damage 20% to properly test, otherwise it's going to be kind of screwed up. Oh, that's going to... Please don't kill more than... Okay. 18. We have our spiritual pressure. Oh, spiritual pressure boost is also going to be a factor. Oh, calculating damage is going to be nuts on this character. First strong attack, that should kill. There's the melee damage, right? Oh, you know what I could do? Okay. Vortex. 5,200. 50. Okay, so let me do this real quick. Excuse me. We did 5,500 with the vortex without killer, but while we had spiritual pressure boost. That's important. That's gonna be with killer 8,800 with our vortex, and that is before we get our 40 mag thing going on over here. So let's just test this out and do it again and just check it out. 5,000 without the spiritual pressure boost, 5,700, 5,800. Okay, so 5,800 there. So now we have our spiritual pressure boost. Let's do 50. Let's do 5,600. Keep it relatively simple. I'm gonna type that in. Boom, boom. Okay, cool. So let's go here. 7,000 now. 7,000. Got you. Nice. This is an easy way to calculate this in. I'm not gonna lie. We lucked out heavy. All right. I'm trying to think. Now, how much Berserker do I have? I actually don't believe that I gave myself Berserker on this character outside of his base Berserker, because I'm using... That's a lie. I have the 20% strong attack damage item on him. All right, so we have a total of currently either 60% Berserker times 1.4, or we have 100% Berserker. Okay, so it goes 1.6 times 1.4, or we have 2.0 when it comes to Berserker. 2.0 when it comes to Berserker. That's really, really important because it's a bit wonky if we don't do the math right. One is going to be a 24% damage increase, right? So if we actually take the 11,200 divided by the 5,600, which is the 8,960, divide, boom. Do you see how this is a 25% damage increase? This is in line with the 40% Berserker that we get from his skill, not calculating in as an added bonus to this Berserker. That means that this Berserker 40% is separate. That makes it stronger. For those that don't know, just because it says Berserker 40% doesn't mean it's calculated in as the same skill. When you add an accessory, for example, it'll go in with their current Berserker, but these unique Gauge or Rampage, the way that this Berserker is calculated is it's pretty much its own separate unique skill. Damn, that's OP as shit. Okay, cool. And that means that Devastation is going to be a lot stronger too. Oh shit. Okay, sorry, I'm kind of excited because it's like, that's like the main thing that I wanted to know, and it looks like it was very easy to test, which is really good. Sometimes these videos will drag out just because it's a lot harder to test. The range of damage differences is usually like give or take minus plus 10%. So seeing a straight up 25% damage increase is very it just saves me a lot of time. I'm not gonna lie. Look at that, we got a new record in IZ. Okay, that's pretty cool, considering that I've been doing IZ for 6 years, but doing it while I'm testing is kind of crazy. Let's see here. Now, what I want to do... Oh my god, I'm trying not to cough, I apologize, I am still sick. Yhwach... Dude. So this character picks up devastation 60% at 60 kills, bro. We can actually test that out too. 134,000. 134,000. Now, the reason I'm using the 134,000 instead of the 55 or 60,000 is because he does have spiritual pressure boost. And the reason that that's relevant is since we didn't have spiritual pressure boost before the soul bomb, I'm taking the bigger number just because it's a lot easier to calculate later. Now, he has devastation 60% with his gauge at 60. He picks up 60% more devastation. And if my thought process is right, that soul bomb should hit for 60% more damage instead of the devastation being calculated as an additive bonus, right? Because what happens is, say you have 60% devastation, you'll have your base multiply it by 60%, multiply this by another 60% for his gauge. This is what I want to see. I want to see this 134,000. Oops. I want to see this 1.6 times 1.6. Yeah, because I want to see the 134,000 multiplied by an extra 1.6 instead of an additive. If the devastation gets added on, it should look like this. Divided by 1.6 times 2.2. If we see a 184,000 or around 184,000, you'll see that that is an added devastation instead of a multiplied devastation like the Berserker is. We'll get the soul bomb towards the end. We have to make sure we do it when there's a thing present. I didn't catch that. Give me 1 second. I'm going to rewind it. Alright, let me actually lower the volume here. Boom. Yeah, 199,000 over here. To be fair, this could be an enemy that got weakened. But if we take like the 126 over here where it's just one number. Boom, boom. Boom. Yeah, this guy got hit one time, right? So 126,000 multiplies by 1.6. 200. Oh, excuse me. 201,000. Damn it. It's literally right in the middle. So it's like, wait, but there's a 132,000. We can take that one instead. There's a limit to how high the number can go in the first place. 212,000, and that is 1.6, 2.2, 256. Yeah, the 211 is very, very close to the 214,000 that we got here. So the devastation does get multiplied into itself as opposed to added on. Okay, so pretty much he has, instead of having devastation 60%, when he hits that 60 gauge, take that devastation 60% and change that number to 150. Was it 152? 156% damage increase. I think he has devastation 156% just because it gets multiplied in. Now, if you add skills that, if you use accessories or if you use soul traits that give you increased special move damage, like devastation in particular, if it has devastation in particular, which there is no soul trait for that yet, then that'll get multiplied in a bit differently because you just want to multiply that devastation by 1.6. That's really, really, that's kind of nuts, I'm not gonna lie. All right, so now I haven't calculated in the type of damage this character actually does. I don't think it should be that hard to calculate, to be honest. But let's do one more run and just get a final calculation on what kind of damage this dude deals. Oh man, this dude's wild. I am gonna take him to like 40% Berserker because that's when he's just gonna get more of his actual damage. And as you see here, it's not hard to get there. Alright, there's our 40. So I don't have my spiritual pressure boost, which is kind of unfortunate. Let me see if I can get our spiritual pressure boost a little bit. Put Frenzy +2. I'm really trying to get the Frenzy plus. I'm really trying to get that stupid spiritual pressure boost. There we go. Oh my lord. 84,000. Alright, unfortunately, that's kind of all we really need to see when it comes down to it, just to test full-on damage. Alright, so let's take this, boom, boom. 12 times 86,000. 1 million, 1.3 million. Keep in mind, this is with the spiritual pressure boost, with the Berserker 40% added on, multiplied into itself, and then this is not taking into account if the enemy were to be hit with the weaken, right? Now, going into the second strong attack, it is the 960 AoE distant along with the homing vortex. So if we just toss this character into the builder, hit evaluate, now you can see just the raw damage numbers, but with this we can actually calculate in what kind of damage he would deal. So if we take the third strong attack, 14,688. Oh wait, hold on. I need to do 12,960 plus 12,975. Interesting damage number right there. So if we take the 14,688 divided by 25,935, boom. So what we want to do is take the 1032 million, divide it by 0.5663389. And his second strong attack is going to be dealing 1.8 million, and then the first strong attack is going to be the vacuum explosion. You'll see that the mags here are significantly different than a normal vacuum explosion. Is this a unique mag? Hold up. For those that don't know, I use BBS-simulator.com, the best website of all time when it comes to Bleach Brave Souls content. Okay, so it's not a unique first strong attack. For some reason, I feel like the mag on it is kind of nuts. Yeah, oh, magnification 120% to the end. Okay, that makes sense. All right, it's just a really wonky to see that. So if we take the 6750 plus 1350, 8,110. Oh yeah, okay, yeah, that's fine. It should give us the same. It's 30% more damage divided by 1.30814. There you go. There you go. And the first strong attack will deal 789,000 damage. That's not bad damage for a 1 out of 5 character. Oh man. This character is clean though. He feels fun to play too. Like, the fact that they gave Long Stride and Sprinter +2 to both Ichigo and Yhwach means that like this character just has a lot going on. Bro, my man really pulled a hill in the end, bro. There's no way. And that's pretty much the Yhwach in a nutshell. He's a really strong character. I feel like getting him or Ichigo are like complete W's. I still think Orihime is dirty and filthy. I don't like what Caleb did with her. I feel like they could, if they made her a good SP unit, I would have been so happy. But instead, they made her like a zombie brave battle deadbeat character, and it is what it is. That's a story for the next video, bro. Anyways, I'm gonna leave it there. Just grind. I'll catch up. We'll say bless. Keep tuned. I do have some 5 out of 5 showcases planned for Ichigo as well as Yhwach. They're both going to be absolutely insane, and I'm very much looking forward to that. Anyways, I'm gonna leave it at that. Stay blessed, y'all. See y'all next one. Peace.